Hey there, guys and gals. I want to talk about the idea of alignment in a system. So, I don't know, maybe a year ago, I was sitting down and making a very short list of things that just worked in my life, like worked flawlessly. And it was a super short list, including when I'm hungry, I eat. When I'm tired, I sleep sometimes. That doesn't even work all that well. But I was looking for things that worked fairly effortlessly at some point, and without fail, essentially. And there was a few things on there, but the thing that was the most interesting to me was taking a trip. Once, if my family is going to go and visit my brother and his family and my dad and just that side of the family up in North Carolina, once we are in the car and a mile away from home, the system works perfectly, which is kind of a funny thing. But I was thinking, why is that different? What's different about taking a trip where, barring natural catastrophe or a vehicle breaking down or something, once we are a mile from our house, we're basically locked in on success of getting to our destination? And then I thought, how can I take some of the principles of what's going on there and apply them to other situations in my life? Where there's a lot of situations in my life where I kind of start on something and then don't reach the conclusion, or reach some version of the conclusion, but it's not successful. Doesn't look like what I want it to look like. And so I was actually talking to my coach, Jim Carwish, about it, and he brought up the idea of alignment. That one of the aspects of that situation when you're on a trip with your family is the whole family, like the whole team, is in alignment with that goal. And even if I punk out and want to go and watch a TV show or something just before we leave, like the whole family is dedicated to getting in the van and getting out the door. So if my 6-year-old, well, he's older now, but if my 6-year-old son loses his focus, the rest of the family, his brother's like, hey, we need to get out to the van or whatever, he reminds him, and if that fails, I remind him, or Gracie reminds him. And so the whole team is in alignment on a very specific goal with very specific criteria that we're going to leave by a certain time, with certain things being true about the house and certain things being packed. And we've got one destination in line that we're all dedicated to. And if part of the way through the trip I'm getting tired and I can't drive anymore, my wife takes over, or helps keep me awake or something. So that was pretty fascinating, and I realized there's some aspects of my life that require alignment that I don't dedicate enough time to being aligned about. And so so if my wife wants to do something and I'm not really in alignment, but I don't clearly communicate that, she makes plans that are not in alignment with my plans. Or if I want to do something and I haven't gotten her on board, and in particular, the timing is important, because if she wants to do something on Thursday and I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do with my Thursday, and she assumes that we're in alignment and I'm at work, and then she calls me and says, hey, are you on your way home? This has happened a few too many times. And I'm like, for what? She's like, oh, we were going to do X tonight. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't know that I want to do that, or I just didn't get it down on my calendar. So that's just one little example, but it's important. And I found, as I did my planning this week, that I could easily identify some time slots on my week where alignment would be required. whether it's something that's going to require money that she or I want to spend, and we need to discuss that and discuss, the specifics about it and kind of get on the same page there. Or, there was a few events possible that we could attend or not attend or participate in. And I realized in order to get an accurate snapshot of the week, you have to figure out where are other stakeholders in the system needing to be in alignment with the goal for some particular time slot. And so my wife sat and we worked our way through our calendar and discussed that, and it clarified a lot of things, and it clarified what my week was going to look like. And I was able to see something that was kind of important to her that I would have not normally wanted to do, but it was kind of important to her. So I can open up some time for that and kind of coordinate myself emotionally that I'm going to be out, doing something at a time when I normally would be at home or whatever. So yeah, alignment as a key component of the system, not only external but internal. Not only other stakeholders, but am I fully committed to something, or is a part of me wanting to do it and a part of me isn't? And clarifying, am I fully in alignment with my own goals? And so that kind of harkens back to the video about the planner, the coach, and the doer. A lot of times my planner can make big plans, but my doer, the part of me that's going to have to go out and do it, isn't fully invested in it. So when I'm sitting down and thinking about my week, I can have some really big, laudable goals, but I also have to understand what's it going to be like when I'm out. It's 6 o'clock at night, and I've told myself I'm going to start some project at 6 after I've mapped out the rest of that day, and it's going to be a hard day of labor intensive work. So that's an aspect of planning and time management that I think is really important, that I've not done a really good job on, is bringing all components into alignment towards meeting the goals of the week. So there you go. Thought for the day.